Hello everyone, my name is Nitzan and I wanted to share my story with taking drugs for 6 years. So when I was about 11, my parents decided that I need to take Ritalin. Ritalin is a drug prescribed by a doctor, or I'm not sure what's the name of it in English even, but some kind of a doctor that check kids for ADHD or ADD or whatever they call it, and tells them something is wrong with you, you need some drugs. And that someone gave me some drugs, told my mom, yeah, this kid is flying, his mind is not here, he's not grounded. You need drugs. Okay. So my mom went and bought those drugs, and first few months I took this Ritalin and my degrees went up. Yeah. I don't remember so much of the beginning of it, but I remember being able to study more. And what that do, it just makes you focus on one thing, kind of like marijuana. Like it helps you to focus and be in your own zone and disconnected from emotions, from people, from sounds, from your body. Total disconnection. Just your mind can connect to the idea in front of you or whatever you're focused on and be there with it. And I took that for 6 years or 5 years, and I think 6 years every day for school. And lately, in the last 5 years, after the military, and I started thinking, how did that affect my social life? Because I had no idea that this is recreated my social life, or like kind of not recreated, just like made me who I am today. Because it kind of took all my personality and made it into like this little ball of focus, and not where I was, like all over, focusing on the world, or distraction that were more interested than school probably, because the teacher was boring. And while taking that Ritalin, I think I feel that I lost a lot of my or myself, let's say, if I'm already sharing that. Um, so it kind of took whatever was mine, kept it deep inside, and just allowed life to be whatever it was for 6 years. And I didn't care much about socializing. I did, but like I didn't know how to do it. And I didn't care about school really. I did the minimum that I could just so and my parents and my grandparents will be satisfied. And now I can just like do nothing with that. So it did bring me to where I am today. That's the point. It had to. Like taking hardcore drugs for 6 years. Hardcore drugs that my friends describe, I never did cocaine, but they describe Ritalin not far from cocaine, which is a hardcore drug. It's a dysfunctional drug that our society is taking a lot nowadays. And I think it's illegal for a reason, and it's legal basically by the government. And I don't know if it's okay that I said it, but fuck that. And I feel that this is legal and it's been sold to me as a drug. It's more powerful than this even as a kid. So I'm thinking, what's wrong with our doctors that they prescribe drugs that even nowadays, as a 26-year-old, yeah, I had to think for a second because I just had a birthday last month, 26-year-old, and I would consider twice before taking any of those drugs because it can affect your emotions and your life in such a way that can change you. So even now I would be thinking if I can take those drugs emotionally, if I'm ready for it. So giving it for a 10-year-old or a 6-year-old even, without knowing what's the emotional effect on them for the long term, is just an experiment. It's just a fucked up experiment. And in my opinion, parents should not do this for their kids. Don't do these experiments on your kids. Please. They are fine. You can teach them other ways. You can do other ways you can find other ways to teach a kid to become a better person. And there are better things to teach kids nowadays to make them better, to make them healthy, to make them happy, not to make them a lawyer, not to make them I don't know, whatever your grandma wants you to be or your mom wants you to be. Make them a better person, make them a healthier person, so their gene will continue and like inspire this world to be like amazing and not be like working all day to make money. This is how I see it. Like, stop feeding your kids junk and feed your own kids trash. And let's stop this drug industry that we have and this our kids they will not adjust their gut biome. They will not adjust their ability to take drugs because nobody took drugs in centuries. So we can make changes in them or in us by changing their diet. And that's what I'm seeing now. I'm seeing that my diet made me irritated, made me distracted, made me not being able to see where my real focus is. So I was distracted for sure. I could use Ritalin to study and it did work, but how did it affect me in the long term? How? For everything we do, there is a fact, and then there is another effect that's like long term, and we don't talk about it. And it's called the ripple effect. That like there is a drop in the water and it's like expand and expand and expand. And that's exactly that. And when I took the Ritalin as a kid, it affected my whole life. And it's gonna affect my whole life from now on. And I'm not gonna change it, I'm just gonna make the best out of it. But we can change that because there is a cause and effect for people being distracted, for kids being distracted, and it's in their diet. If you see a kid that eats normal and he doesn't eat processed shit, he'll be way more focused and calm and relaxed than a kid that's not. Also depends on his parents. If his parents is distracted and irritated and not healthy, it's gonna be the same. It's all a reflection, and that's how I felt. I felt that my mom couldn't be focused and teach me and relax, so I couldn't. Therefore, I was distracted and I couldn't focus and I needed Ritalin. So we are all have the ability to sit and study and focus. We just need to relearn that and regain that. And thank you everyone for listening for this video. I'm helping people with lifestyle and diet coaching and cutting the stimulation and the irritation from our gut to our brain, because it's all connected for me in my perspective. And I'm helping people already to change their lifestyle, and I would love to help you. If you want, you can message me and leave a comment. And hope you're having a great morning and great day, and thank you.